Like other parents are like, oh, everything is heavenly and stuff of that sort. Parenting is difficult because I put my kids to sleep every now and then. I spend time with them
Yeah, that's
whenever I get
lovely.
time. Yeah. I feel guilty doing the whole thing, traveling the place without my family. Whether that be that's starting when I got married with my wife. I was always taking risks. Actually, that's what got me here. If I would have done it the subtle way, I would have been a very rich man today,
Yeah.
and would have done very bad work. I wouldn't have been able to do it because I'm not a single unit, right? We're a married couple. I do get angry, I would say. But thing about anger is, it's a known fact that you forget the things that you say when you're angry. But he's a face of TV. That's what made me angry. I was like, these people are stupid. So yeah, it's great because it's a 50-50 kind of a deal with
Right.
Sanaya.
Right. Hello everyone, welcome to Showsha. I am Titas Chowdhury in conversation with Barun Sobti. Hi Barun,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good.
So I couldn't help but notice the book that you have been reading right now. It's called A History of Rock Metal.
History of
Are
heavy
you a
metal.
big heavy metal?
Right,
Sorry,
yeah.
are you a big reader, an avid reader?
I used to be. I have two kids now, so that doesn't happen a lot more. When I'm traveling for work, I'm alone at that time, so I travel. So I read at that time. Yeah, and I, actually not about much about heavy metal. It's a comedy book.
Oh, really?
It's a it's a it's a it's a it's a humorous take on it's a comprehension of heavy metal by the world that does not understand it.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah.
But coming to your next release, which is Raat Jawaan Hai,
Yes.
did it hit home because you're also a father?
So it actually hit home after I'd already said saying yes to it, because I read the synopsis and the character brief that was given to me was pretty elaborate, but it was not everything. So and then I was like, yeah, I think I want to do this. And then I asked for the scripts, and when I read the scripts, I was like, oh damn, this is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only because I'm a current parent, a recent parent or something. That's right. It's just writing is not got to do with picking up a subject and writing about it. Otherwise, if someone wrote about human beings, every human being would read that, right? But that doesn't happen. Not everyone's read *Sapiens*.
Sure.
But the structure of the writing is what appeals to the masses, and that's what's really good in our show.
Okay. But what was life like, especially after you had your first child? Did you mute out everything, the whole world? Were you completely.
So what happened was that I wasn't working much at that time. The whole world wasn't actually. It was COVID times.
COVID?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my daughter was my first one. What that did was that gave me a lot of time with her. Unless, otherwise, I would have been like, I have a baby and I have to keep working and stuff like that. And with my second one, um, I was working on and off, but I did get to spend a lot of time with him as well, thankfully. Like I didn't work for some good 5 months or something of that sort, 5, 6, I think. So yeah, life is how it is. It's different. It's hard to put it into perspective. I'm not gonna lie. Like other parents are like, oh, everything is heavenly and stuff of that sort. Parenting is difficult. That's the point of the show.
Yeah.
And once you're a parent, you're never gonna go back to being a non-parent. You're always going to be a parent, irrespective of who your child is. Like my mom and dad have developed this habit a long time ago. They have to speak to me every day, irrespective. Find out where I am. They know my schedules, so it's like keep call me when you take off, call me when you land, and you have to oblige that because they're older now, and you don't want to keep them guessing and stuff like that. And that's the point of the show. Yeah, it's about relatability for the people that's going to be that are recent parents or probably maybe older ones as well. But the point is not that. The point is how it's about the structure of the society and how parenting is not this shiny pink picture that was painted.
Absolutely not.
You're a parent too?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So,
I've
but
seen my friends.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of things. It's those beautiful moments every now and then, which bring you pride or love, and you can just says or does something every now and then. But there's also a lot of tough moments. It's not all easy, is what I mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But are you a hands-on father, like changing diapers and all of that?
So we have both of our kids are taken care of by nannies.
Okay.
But I've done that a lot. Like and like when my wife conceived the boy, uh, a woman is fully occupied and consumed by the pregnancy. So there was, during that time and during the first year of my boy being born as well, I was my daughter was fully dependent, very dependent on me. We were sometimes without a nanny, with a nanny, and I've changed a lot of diapers. I put my kids to sleep every now and then. I spend time with them
Yeah.
whenever I
that's
get
lovely.
time. Yeah. Now they're both at very good fun age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. But the show is being directed by Sumit Vyas,
Right,
who's
yeah.
an actor himself. Is it different, Barun, being directed by an actor?
So every act, I think every anyone can. As in, Sumit is a good director. With respect to the genre that we're in, every director has his own strength, and his strength. I mean, if you spend time with him, you will realize that he has this bird's eye view of looking at the world. You and me will understand something else, and he will comprehend it in such a funny tone and tell that to you that everything can become funny.
Yeah.
So that's his enormous strength. So that's why there was way too much improvisation happening. And also he loves to laugh. So there was way too much laughing on our set, and there was in fact so many times that we were doing the take and we could hear Sumit doing kind of a thing. So his strength, I think, is the show, and we were actually really lucky to have him as our director.
Yeah. No, but do you actually see you yourself directing?
You're not.
Do you have anything in your mind?
I have a lot of stories, yeah. I have, but the thing is that the acting job is working really well for me right
Yeah.
now. And if you, let's say, get into direction, it takes away years of your time. You have to stay with the project for a very long time. So I need to be, I need something, first of all, something that I'm really passionate about, that I just, say bye-bye acting for a year kind of a thing,
Yeah.
and just pursue that. Or if I, get an option that I buy someone, like come up, if you want to come on board. Which is really hard because Sumit came on board because of his comic timing, and I really don't have a specialization. He does.
But it may happen. Is that what you're saying? You're open to the idea.
No, I'm intent on.
Oh, you're into
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
That will be interesting. But keeping in line with the theme of the show, see now, mom's guilt is something real. Like I
Yeah.
was telling you, I've seen around myself. Do you also think dad's guilt is something that's there? Have you encountered it ever?
So I'll tell you what. I hope this explains it, but I'll also have a different perspective on it.
Okay.
Every time I travel, even if I'm traveling for a day, irrespective where I'm traveling, let's say the travel has taken a day, I've gone there for a day, I'm always going to come back the next day, irrespective how special the place is. I feel guilty doing the whole thing, traveling the place without my family. Whether that be, that's starting when I got married with my wife.
Okay.
And without the kids, there's absolutely no way I can hang around. I just run back home. That can be called guilt. Essentially, I feel it's called missing the kids. And a mom is also missing the kids when the kids are not with her. Especially moms with the kind of demographic we have in our country. If a woman is working, it's a sort of irresponsibility that is attached to it by the society stigma.
Yeah.
So the woman is not actually if the father is not guilty working, the woman should not also be guilty working.
Absolutely.
But the parents miss their kids.
Yeah.
The basic point is that.
Yeah. But do you think it's valid to also ask men about as to how do they balance their personal and professional lives, especially when they have children, young children?
I didn't get it.
Like we often ask women, right? How do you, especially mothers, working mothers,
No.
how do you balance, professional life and personal life? This is a question that's not very often asked to men who are also fathers.
Because I think you'll not get reasonable answers. The reasonable answer to that is that a man is not as capacitated as a woman is. It will never be possible. There might be different areas. Maybe if there are a few weirdos who will just say, I can lift a 25 kilo dumbbell. Can she lift it? So, those women are crazy. So but the women are so far more blessed, capacitated, family oriented. They're
Yeah.
wired that way. You know, if if you give a woman a task, she'll, like, the man will give you the best option that he thinks, but the woman will first eliminate all the worst options, and then probably give you a better one, or maybe give you the same one again, but she will eliminate all those worst options. They're meant to be meticulous, they are meant to be caring. So I don't think that answer can be answered reasonably without saying that usually men are far more incapacitated than women are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Barun, looking at the last few releases that you have had, there was Asur, there was Kohrra, which I absolutely loved. Do you also feel this certain change in yourself as an actor in terms of, do you now feel more confident to take risks?
I was always taking risks. Actually, that's what got me here. If I would have done it the subtle way, I would have been a very rich man today,
Yeah.
and would have done very bad work.
You're not rich, you're
I'm
saying?
not rich, not
Okay.
very rich. I have my money. I'm not very greedy. So I know money has no end. But I would have very bad body of work. The point was that. So I have a decent body of work. I'm reasonably rich. That means I've been experimenting all of my life. I didn't go with the
Sure.
norm. Yeah. So now I'm not in that stage. And with respect to being more confident, I'm actually more nervous now.
Why?
The reason for that is that I have more to lose now.
Like what?
Like
Your credibility you're talking about?
yes, of
Okay.
course. Now what happens is that people come up to me and tell me people are going to watch it because of you. Now, if this thing falls flat on its face, then I've lost that credibility. I had people who are walking up to me and saying, "Ki, dude, I tried the first thing that you did, whatever that may be. I tried the second thing that you did. I tried the third thing that you did. Now, if you're in something, I go watch it." That's a big responsibility. I'm not saying this one person, two people. This is also going to be the industry sometime later.
Yeah.
You know, I do two things that don't work. I'm written out like everybody else. So that's how the thing works. Though I'm confident about my art, because I work hard on it. I know that my work is with me all the time when I'm working. But that's how it works.
Yeah, but this greed, the lack of greed that you're talking about, was this what helped you perhaps take that plunge from TV to OTT? Because I remember you
Yeah.
saying there was a lot of money in TV and I
Yeah.
left that behind.
Oh, talk loads. But it was actually not that. मैं तो as a by nature I'm a non-capitalistic person. That's my nature. So I don't have to change anything.
Yeah.
It was actually my family support, my wife basically, her support. And when she was like, the peace in my household is far more important than the few more bucks you're gonna make. You know, if you go to a set, I know your nature. If you don't like it, the 12 hours that you spend over there, you're gonna come back home, you're gonna be grumpy. I don't want that.
Yeah.
And I respect that. And I was really, really happy about that. If it was not for her, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Because I'm not a single unit, right? We're a married couple. So it was more over her support that made me do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you come across this very zen person, very calm all the time. You don't you don't fret very easily. But what makes you angry?
What
Do you
makes
get
me angry?
angry? Yeah. Do you get angry easily?
Easily, definitely no.
Okay.
I do get angry, I won't say. But the thing about anger is, it's a known fact that you forget the things that you say when you're angry.
Yeah.
So you also forget that you were being angry at that time. But at the same time, I have a bit of reflection that way. I do get angry, but I can assure you that none of my friends, 96% of my friends have never seen me angry.
Wow.
Yeah. I get angry. Anger is a very personal emotion.
Yeah.
You know, if something can rattle you, that means that really, really means something to you.
Right.
So, and I'm a bit of a detached person. I love everyone, ऐसा नहीं है around me, but anger is something I try not to operate out of unless in a conversation maybe my self-worth goes really, really low, and that is the place where anger stems from. If your self-worth is high, there's no one, anyone can say to you which you can't forgive and just be like, I know you were angry. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember this chat that we had just before the release of Kohrra. Harbeen was also there. And you said that, like a lot of TV actors have always spoken, that there's a certain sense of discrimination that happens when they are, when they want to, do a film. You said that it happened to me, not anymore, because, I've left that phase behind me. But I know that it still happens.
Oh yeah.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Those people at that time who perhaps did not want to cast you because of your background, have you had them coming up to you now and offering
I
work?
don't keep credits like that. As in, that is a bad way of accounting. I think the good way of accounting is that whatever you have to make the most of it, and don't behave with the remainder world the way people behaved with you when you thought it was wrong. So yeah, but I'm happy. I don't need to think like that. I think so to each his own. They're happy in their own space. मुझे तो पता भी नहीं किन लोगों ने बोला होगा यार. I don't even know how many 50, 100 people must have said at that time.
So you weren't affected back then also?
No, of course I was affected. I'm not going to lie. I was
Okay.
affected. I was affected because if the conversation would have been something like, dude, he's not talented enough, or the conversation would have been something like anything like he's not capable enough to pull this off,
Right.
or he's not got the ability to headline a show or something of that sort.
Yeah.
That would have made me reflect on something else. Then I would have thought, yeah, if 6 people are saying this same thing, that means either I alter my path, or at least take a pivot, or just change my trajectory in entirety to just figure out if these people are right or no. But these people are like, he's talented, but he's a face of TV. That's what made me angry. I was like, these people are stupid, and I don't want to work with these people. That's what logic is. What sense
So
does
yeah,
that make?
exactly. Why this perception? तो
I
क्या
know.
problem क्या है?
Yeah, a lot of networks and everything operate out of a place of everyone needs to get an approval. So their own jobs are based on the kind of suggestions that they make.
Okay.
So that's why so that's why a few of these audacious filmmakers, like the people who made Asur, the people who made Halal, the people who made Tu Hai Mera Sunday, people who made Kohrra, they stood out because they had the audacity to stand up to the networks and say, we're taking this call. We want these people, and put
Right.
together such fabulous cast. So there are the multiple corporate reasons.
I know there are too many factors there involved.
हाँ, उनकी भी गलती नहीं है. उनको
It's
भी
not personal, perhaps.
It's
Yeah.
not personal.
Yeah.
Because see, a person is telling you that this guy is talented, Barun.
Yeah.
That means उसका personal opinion ये है कि talented है.
Talented है.
It's my limitation that I can't take him because he's from TV. So it's not personal, of course. So you can't take it personally. But I was angry. I was not angry on anyone. I was just angry कि that's no reason to not give someone work.
You just mentioned Tu Hai Mera Sunday. I'm also reminded, you had told me once that you have a no-kiss clause in your contract.
I don't use fancy words like that. It's just I've not kissed
You don't
anyone.
want to do it. You said that I've done, parts where I've required to, go all bare. And I have done that, but kissing is something I'm not comfortable with.
Yes.
You actually have rejected work because of that ever?
No. Actually, what's happened with me is that I've been very, very lucky because the people who wanted to cast me, they really wanted to cast me. And they were like, we'll get rid of the kiss.
Okay.
Yeah.
So lucky for you then.
Lucky, maybe, ये तो again वो TV वाली बात हो गई. Lucky, or maybe they saw the skill set and they saw that the kiss is not the most relevant part, to the part to the whole story. But yeah, that has happened. Rejected. I think the script might not be good.
What if you get a great script, okay? But
I have.
and you've rejected it.
Yeah, because sometimes you know that the sexuality of the two people is very, very. मतलब इतनी अकल तो है ही कि that's very important to the script. Then there's no point asking. Then you just say कि I won't be available.
Okay.
If you know कि it's इसके बिना हो सकता है.
Right.
I should give it a shot.
Sure.
And then whenever I asked, I've been right about it. इसके बिना हो सकता था और हो गया.
Right.
Yeah.
There's news that you have recently collaborated with Sanaya for a commercial, I think.
Yes, yeah.
How was that like after so many years?
Oh, it was nice. It was the same, yeah.
Same? Nothing has changed?
Not really.
That's fabulous.
That's fabulous also because this is like we meet once a week anyway.
Ah.
You know, all of us. So
You have a friend circle
yeah,
and you catch up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matlab, whoever's free, kind of a thing. Kabhi, sometimes we're 4 people, sometimes we're 6, sometimes we're 8, sometimes we're 10. One that, but working together, is a different ball game. That has not changed, is what I'm saying. It's the same. The dynamic is the same, like, So, yeah, it's great because it's a 50-50 kind of a deal with Sanaya.
Right.
So, yeah, it's good.
Nice, great. Lastly, I know Kohrra season 2 is happening.
Yeah.
What's the update?
What's the update?
Have you started shooting?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna start shooting another show now, very soon, and we'll start shooting that immediately after that.
Oh, great,
So yeah,
great.
yeah.
What a beautiful show.
What a
that
beautiful
was.
show. I have dibs on second season being better. Yeah.
Great news, happy
Yeah.
news. Before I let you go, I want to quickly play a game with you.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Okay, the most bizarre reason of rejection.
Okay. Let me look for more now. I think he's from TV. Is a very bizarre thing. He's too good looking.
And your teeth.
No, that's a different. That's not a very bizarre thing. Not to come to think
He's
of
too
it.
good looking.
So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, are you a better father or a better husband?
I'm a better husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Priya, Bapat or Anjali, Anand, who do you think is a more fun co-star?
By you out of your mind. No, but I can answer you without choosing. There were a few people that still gotten together after the shoot ended,
Huh.
and we're planning that last week also, actually 13th or 14th. So we all, me, Vicky, Khyati, Sumit, Priya, Anjali, we all get together really. We really like each other, all of us. And it's pretty audible when all of us meet. We're pretty vocal about it, all of us.
Okay. Arnav Singh Raizada, Nikhil Nair or Amarpal Garundi. Which one do you think was more game-changing for you in your career?
Different times, all of them were major players matlab, in my life. I'm kind of चीज प्यार को क्या नाम है put me on the map मतलब कि entertainment industry में एक छोटा मोटा जानते हैं लोग कि एक है kind of a thing. Then I waited for it gave me the kind of fame I wasn't ready for. I didn't know कि ऐसा होता है. And I was closed shooting in a studio for 2 years. Suddenly when I came out, I was like, oh, so
Oh, you were like in a bubble and then
yeah.
you stepped out and you realized ki wow.
We used to shoot 12, 13 hours a day.
What are you saying?
Yeah. And we used to shoot every day. The 2 days that let's say we had to take off in the month had to be we had to inform the production house a month prior. Ki next month these are my 2 dates. Please don't plan anything. And I was usually spent traveling I was newly married, so there was no time. I had no idea, and I was not chasing that kind of fame. मुझे पता नहीं था कि ऐसा भी हो जाता है कि इतना crazy होता भी है. Asur did give me what I wanted with respect to what I wanted to show the people in the industry what I can do well. So people understand he has range, he can act. Then Kohrra did for me what I always wanted to do, be recognized as an actor.
Yeah.
So all three of them did different things, like so in their own way. Can't pick one.
Absolutely. No, I can understand. Okay. A contemporary of yours whose work you really admire.
I don't know who I can call my contemporaries. So the point is that.
Or anybody for that matter whose work you really do admire.
So let's keep admiration to the fact that I had the skill set, I could do this. Avinash is a very good choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Avi's can be remarkably wild and you know, adorably timid at the same time.
I completely
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
you. Yeah.
He's a terrific actor. I think he has a very long way.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. A film slash show of yours you wish had received a little more visibility.
Was a very small movie called Halahal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had come out on Eros now at that time. I think it's on, I don't know what platform it's now. I think it's one of my best works that I've done. I think I must have done what, I don't know, 15, 16 by now. And I think it's one of the best things I've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A co-star you think you share the best dynamic chemistry with?
Sare yaar. Everyone, I don't have. Okay, I'll tell you what. Like a girl-boy dynamic, you understand, is a little weird. You know, when you're playing actors and stuff like that. There is not one co-actor that I've had who I don't have friendship with. Yeah, not one. Not one is an overstatement, but you'd get the gist, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I'm very good friends with everyone. Yeah.
That's great.
Like, well, with everyone, like the frequency of talking or meeting might be different with different girls and boys, but the depth is the same with everyone of the relationship. Yeah.
Okay. The last one. I don't know if you want to answer this, but a role that you had passed on but you wish you didn't.
Not one.
No?
Not one. Not one. None. So this is a very common topic of conversation in our bedroom sometimes. Like so, also that instead that and also I'll testify that for you that the reason I'm going on choosing what I'm choosing is because it instills the fact in you that whatever you are picking up is doing great and whatever you're turning down is not getting noticed. That means you must be doing something right intellectually.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so confident. You know, my confidence keeps going up with respect to. अब हो सकता है अगले 2 साल में हिल जाए तो I don't know. You know, things go wrong. ऐसा भी होता है, of course. But I don't have anything. No, nothing.
Nothing. Thank you so much, Barun, for this. I look forward to Raat Jawaan Hai.
Yeah.
It looks like something all of us can, in this generation can relate to a lot.
Oh yes, I mean, and also the thing is that if you see the promo is actually pretty simplistic.
Yeah.
But everyone's walked up to me, it looks so good, it looks so good. People who usually don't say it also. That's because of the novel idea.
Yeah,
It's going to work really well. People are going to love it, I'm sure, because it's going to be a breather. It's going to be something fresh.
Sure.
You know, so that's why please watch Raat Jawaan Hai.
Great. No, we are looking forward to that and everything that you do next. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Barun Sobti and you're watching your News 18.